Hi, Dave. We all saw what happened, but we're still don't know what happened. How did you see it from your perspective behind the bench there? A team that's been really good at closing out games and handling leads, holding leads, kind of just collapsed there in a 3-minute span.
Well, when you look at it, winning is hard, and there's painful lessons that you learn. You need to learn to win. And like you say, we were pretty good at it all year, but tonight we learned some hard lessons on what not to do to win in the playoffs. Just the two power play goals were both critical mistakes by us. Uh, One, the penalty came after we didn't get a puck in deep, and the Archibald penalty was just a poor penalty to take, and it gave them some life. So parts of the game that we did, and then there's parts of it that those are hard lessons to learn.
The way you guys were playing, the way it looked when it was 4-1 there, I'm sure a lot of people thought if you win that game, you're probably going to come back and win the series. This is a big emotional swing. Are you worried about the emotional well-being of your hockey team right now?
I'm worried that I'll be worried if we don't take the lessons that we should learn tonight and use them accordingly. We did enough good things in this game tonight to win. We gave a game away. Now let's see how we respond.
Jason Gregor, TSN 1260.
So Dave, you mentioned the Archibald penalty's not great. They score, then they score again. You went to McDavid line. Were you contemplating a timeout at all once it was 4-3?
We had next whistle was a timeout coming on a TB timeout. So we went to that line, and they're reliable guys. We had after the first or the second goal, we were good on the bench, and then we gave up the third one. Guys, all the talk was the right way, but then we go out, and it was 5:56, I think it was. We had a TB timeout. If it wasn't a goal, we'd have a TB timeout coming. You're 3 minutes in between goals. You have a chance to regroup, and then we gave up the next one before that. So, and like I say, all trouble that we brought on ourselves.
And Dave, up until the Archibald penalty, you really had that game in control. Can you maybe talk about the game up until that point and what you liked about your team and what worked tonight?
We did a lot of things well in that game. We did a lot of things well, but there's certain plays in the playoffs that can turn the tide. Momentum is a huge factor in a playoff game, and the Archibald penalty was a huge turning point of the game.
Mark Spector, Sportsnet.
So that's my question on the Archibald penalty. Why does that penalty turn the tide more than a trip on a guy going wide on you?
No, just they score on the power play. You got a game in hand, and they score on the power play to give them life.
Do you it's too soon to start talking lessons with your hockey team? I think I get that. I don't know. How do you bounce as a coach? How do you bounce back from this? Your team just gave away a hockey game that they had completely in hand. Yeah. What tact take with this club?
Yeah, which is it's disappointing because we haven't been that team all year. We've been a pretty good team at closing things out, and disappointing that we did some of the things we did tonight.
Derek Van Diest, Post Media.
Hi, Dave. You moved Ethan Bear up to that top pairing tonight, and there were times where he looked a little overwhelmed by that. Did you see that as well? And was there any thought of getting Tyson Barrie back there?
No, I thought Bear was fine there. Bear played a real strong game, especially in the first period. Was very strong.
And I guess, in your experience, when things go south like that, is there a way to stop the bleeding, especially when it happens so quickly?
8:30 tomorrow night, we got a chance. So that's quick turnaround is good for us right now.
Jim Matheson, Post Media.
Dave, between periods when the team gives up the 3 goals and the game goes to overtime, is there enough time for the players to decompress and get back at it? Or are you as a coach looking at the players and saying, oh man, if I was a player and you were once, I don't know if I could get over this and come back and win the game?
Well, you go in immediately after the game. I went in and made sure that we talked about exactly that, where we are, what we can do. What's happened in the game is we've let them back in it. Now we should go win it. So you try to get them settled down and get them focused for an overtime period, and ultimately we didn't get it done.
And Zach Cassian, this was his best game in a long while. What did you think of his play?
He was solid, very solid. Got rewarded with a goal, but he was engaged in the game. We were hoping he would give us a little boost, and he played well.
Terry Jones, Post Media.
Dave, is there anything in your career you can compare to this?
Well, you have ups and downs in your career, but there's in a playoff game like this, it's really disappointing to see some of the things we did to let a game back in. It's especially when your team, like I think our team, like I said, has been pretty good all year with it, but disappointing to have it come out in a game like that. The mistakes we made.
Thank you.
Last question, Tony Barrar, Oilers TV.
Hey, Dave, in game one, the ultimate difference was a deflection in the third period. And in games 2 and 3, you guys just find yourselves on the wrong side of extra hockey. How do you manage the disappointment of being down 3-0 in the series, yet maintain that overall team confidence heading into game 4, knowing that you guys are just a couple of breaks away?
You know what the stat is in the. You just go. You got to win every game, one game by game. We got to show up and play the same way we played in the first period tomorrow. If we play that way, we'll give ourselves a chance. If we don't make bad mistakes to let the other team back in it, then we got a chance to win. Simple as that.